in a country where you normally need one of these to play a round of golf, but not today. This is a land of country estates, castles, palaces, grand country houses, and buckets of tradition. With weather like this, where else could I be but southern England?
England is a diverse country. Each region in the south offers fantastic golfing opportunities and first-class facilities. The first golf course was established in southern England in 1864, and since then the English have had a passion for it. They've also produced some of the finest golfers ever to grace the world stage.
I've just got off the plane at Heathrow Airport. I've hopped in one of these black London cabs, and it's just a 20-minute ride to my first golfing destination.
This is the Stoke Park Club. Throughout its 1,000-year history, it's been fashioned by kings, queens and noblemen into what was Britain's first ever country club.
Now that's a clubhouse. The building's over 200 years old, and it's home to one of England's oldest sporting clubs. There's golf here, tennis. Looks fantastic. Thanks a lot, mate.
Thank you.
See ya. Not bad for $1,000 a night. Oh. Oh. Golf.
Set within the beautiful countryside of Buckinghamshire, this testing course with its wide open fairways and well-manicured greens is a real delight to play. I'm here with resident pro Tim Harris.
Oh, look at that.
There are 27 championship holes at the Stoke Park Club, the first 9 being designed by the legendary architect Harry Colt. His signature hole here is the par 3 7th. At 150 yards, it's not particularly long, but with a tee shot over a lake to a long, narrow green guarded by bunkers on the left and more water to the right, it's a tricky little number to say the least.
And it's the inspiration behind the 12th hole, part of Amen Corner at the Augusta National Golf Club. It's a risky shot, you've got to hit the green on this one.
Tim struck a solid 5-iron and stayed well clear of the water on the right, but overcompensated a little too much, just catching the shallow bunker to the left of the green. I went up one club from Tim and hit a 4-iron. I hit it well enough, but that water is such a threat you can't help but play away from it, which I certainly did, ending up in the same bunker as Tim. Drat. The trouble with playing onto the green from this side is that, as Tim explained, everything slopes away from you and towards the bunker on the other side of the green.
I see what you mean about it sloping away like
Yeah.
that. Look at that.
Just kicks forward. It's a nice putt.
So after a couple of decent putts each, it was honours even. It was here at Stoke Park that the best-known golfing sequence ever to hit the big screen was shot. James Bond was playing a grudge match against his arch nemesis, Goldfinger, when on the 17th, Oddjob, Goldfinger's henchman, dropped a ball from his pocket to substitute it for one he'd presumed lost, not knowing that Bond was in fact standing on it. Then on the 18th, after he'd putted out, Bond pointed out that Goldfinger had finished the round with a wrong ball and claimed the match.
Thanks very much.
Looks like it's your match.
Good game.
Yeah.
Thanks,
no.
Ian.
Hang on a minute. Didn't you have a slash in your 5?
Yeah.
Looks like it's my match. Thanks, Oddjob.
Stoke Park plays host to a number of special events each year. The Boodles Challenge is a classically English summer garden party, with the centrepiece being a grass court tournament featuring some of the world's best tennis players. Cheers, old bean.
Of course, if you get tired of playing golf, you can always check out these grass courts and play tennis. Wimbledon, eat your heart out. This is the quintessential English summer experience. Lawn tennis and Pimm's. Cheers.
I knew I shouldn't have had that second jug of Pimm's. I'm being thrashed by a girl. I bumped into one of my childhood heroes, Aussie legend Fred Stolle, winner of 18 Grand Slams, who told me more about Boodles.
Socially, it's like a Hurlingham, or you know, they get out and it's a garden party atmosphere, and they see probably some better tennis here than they're likely to see at Wimbledon because the players are more relaxed. It's basically a warm-up for Wimbledon, and these courts you can talk to the players. These are probably a little harder than Wimbledon, and the ball bounces a little higher, but these are as good a grass courts as you're ever going to see. And as an Australian, we grew up on this stuff, and you know your grass courts, and these are top class.
Well, it's a real pleasure to meet you after all these years.
Thanks very much.
Good luck.
Appreciate it, mate.
Here we are on the centre court. Gonzalez has just beaten Radetzky.
The runner-up for the Beatles Challenge 2005, Greg Radetzky. Fernando Gonzalez.
I mean, it's excellent because you can play 3 matches, you can have a practice score how many time you want, and you can have a good time, and it's very good to have a good training and good moments before a big tournament.
It's a wonderful event. You get great players to play here, and you can't ask for more. What a beautiful setting to play tennis in.
And how do the courts compare to Wimbledon, you think?
Well, I think they're a little bit quicker than Wimbledon, and they're in really good shape. They're almost a little bit higher balance. They're almost too good, but it's a great preparation for us.
Well, thanks for your time and good luck next week.
Thank you so much.
London, the capital of England, is one of Europe's largest cities, with a population of between 7 and 12 million people, depending on how far out from Buckingham Palace you stop counting. Add to that another 26 million tourists a year, and you have a seething mass of humanity, which can come as a bit of a shock to someone who's just landed here from somewhere small and quiet.
If you haven't got long in London, head down here to the River Thames, right in the heart of the city. I'm walking across the Millennium Bridge and the views from here are tremendous. Behind me is St Paul's Cathedral. Over here, the Tate Modern Art Gallery, and here, Shakespeare's Globe. Although the bridge appears simple in its design, it pushes the boundaries of technology. It's 320 metres long, and it's one of the shallowest suspension bridges in the world. It was designed by British architect Lord Foster, who also designed that building over there.
The world-famous London Gherkin.
I'm just off Trafalgar Square, and this is the National Portrait Gallery. It's a gem of a museum and a great place to spend a couple of hours.
This gallery is one of London's most accessible. It's completely free, which enables you to dip in and out at leisure.
There are more than 10,000 portraits here, dating from as far back as 1459.
The National Portrait Gallery is home to over 60,000 works, and it's a collection which continues to grow. It all began in 1856 with the purchase of the very first portrait.
All these portraits of famous people, it's kind of overwhelming. I need a break.
Now, where in London would these guys stay? An oasis of calm right in the heart of London, the Soho Hotel is the perfect place to base yourself while in the city. Formerly a multi-storey car park, the attention to detail is striking. This is the contemporary London look for the noughties.
London has a reputation for stylish and cool hotels. There's quite a few of them, and this is one of the latest. In fact, it's Soho's first 5-star hotel. It's not cheap, but it's definitely cool.
All the rooms are styled individually by owner Kit Kemp. Her sleek, modern designs have become the benchmark which other new contemporary hotels are striving to achieve.
Not surprisingly, there's very few opportunities for the golfer here in central London, but behind these doors, I'm told, it's possible to play.
This is Urban Golf, which is helping to bring the game to a new clientele.
Right, I got my golf kit on. I can play any of the world's top 50 golf courses in this basement.
Urban golf offers every standard of player the chance to test themselves on the most advanced simulators right in the heart of Soho. You don't need a handicap to play somewhere like Sawgrass or even golf shoes. The resident head professional is Steve Smith, and he offered to show me how the machines work. So here we go, I'm playing Pebble Beach in a basement. The simulators take a bit of getting used to, but they're incredibly realistic and a lot of fun. Going down the last, we were all square.
Well, that's going straight. Look at it.
Too bad.
Here I am on the 18th at Pebble Beach.
It's a beautiful drive. May not reach, didn't quite reach the fairway. There we go.
Oh, you're in the rough there. And what's the white stuff? That's the bunker.
White stuff replicates the sand.
So you're playing your second shot out of the rough.
Second stroke to leave an easy third. Just a little bit out of position off the tee, but a good recovery. Too bad.
There's the ball going up.
Get a lot of height on that one.
You're in the middle of the fairway there.
Yeah, perfect. Your ball is flashing at the bottom there. You can see the green at the top of the picture. The yellow line there is 159 yards long, and then you'll have 151 yards, which is the red line, from that target fairway marker there to the pin.
So in order to get up there, I've got to hit a five iron into the 150.
Correct. You want to take aim for that villa on the right-hand side of the fairway there. You see the blue awning on the right-hand side. There, yeah, just a little left of that. Another good swing.
That looks all right.
Yeah.
I'm
Nicely on the edge of the fairway. Good angle into the green from there. My approach shot appears to be something in the order of 190 yards away. I think yours is perhaps 10 yards or so closer on the right-hand side of the fairway.
Oh, that looks really good.
It's the right distance.
Oh, it's gone. It's on the green, right? Oh.
You have a golden opportunity here to do some serious damage.
You haven't seen the rest of my game.
Great contact again.
Oh no, it's in
the sand. Hard luck, sir. Very nicely played, using the loft on the face. It's a beautiful shot. Even a bit of backspin. Crowd pleaser.
Yeah, I put a bit of backspin on it.
Crowd pleaser, yes, I'm sure, very intentional. I think it's about time you face the music. Might even threaten to go in.
Oh.
Not a bad try. Okay, so a testing little 13-footer for you, Ian.
There it is.
Yeah. It was a good effort. You gave it a chance. 4 feet, that's inside the gimme range. That's a 6-net 5. Unlucky. It was a good effort, sir. It does leave me, however, an opportunity to halve the match. Don't believe it.
Well, there you go.
Congratulations. Well, good game, good game.
Where do we go to next?
Well, I think it's time for a steward's inquiry into your handicap.
Well, that wasn't too bad. I almost felt I was there. But, in fact, I'm here. Where am I again? Well, I'm out of London, heading east through the county of Kent. It's known as the Garden of England.
About 2 hours' drive from the centre of London lies the picturesque town of Sandwich. It still has many fine examples of classic British architecture and is a beautiful place to spend a few days, especially if you're an adventure golfer. On the coast of the English Channel lies the famous Royal St George's Golf Club, which exists now much as it did when it was founded in 1887. Royal St George's is a classic links golf course and has been home to the Open Championship 13 times. This is how golf was always intended.
Simon, how long have you been a member here?
I've been a member for 50 years now.
And has the club changed much in that time?
The club has not changed at all, but the course has had to change, of course, be lengthened and made more difficult.
It's a very historic course, and lots of famous people have played here or have been members here or have captained here. I mean, can you tell us a bit about that?
Well, it's very strongly a members' club. The Prince of Wales, way back, was a member and, of course, a captain. Ian Fleming would have been captain here if he hadn't died the year before. He was to be captain, and yet everything from schoolmasters to royalty have been captains and members here and are to this very day.
It's a very, very old course, isn't it?
Oh, yes. It was laid out by the first captain here, who apparently couldn't get on his course at exactly what time he wanted to in London, Royal Wimbledon. And so he came down here and he looked at the land from inland and made a course here himself. It hasn't changed that much since then.
Royal St George's is the best golf course in southern England, and it's also the toughest. So a word of advice, if you're playing here, bring a bag full of balls. You'll need them.
This course is laid out within the sand dunes that make up Sandwich Bay. Like all the great links courses, it uses the natural contours of the land to create as stern a test of golf as you'll find anywhere. Even more so when the wind blows in off the sea.
I'm here with Andrew Brooks, the pro at Royal St George's for the last 10 years. This is a very historic first tee position.
It is indeed. Good morning, Ian. St George's here is famous for these starting boxes. Any photographs that you see of a golf course with our thatched roofs, it's generally known that you're at Royal St George's. Okay, well away. What's required round here is not just power, but accuracy, particularly from the tee.
So for an average golfer, this could be a pretty depressing experience, although a beautiful location.
Just a brilliant experience. Wonderful golf course.
Just don't worry about the golf.
It's so difficult.
The signature hole here is the daunting par 4 fourth. It's 417 yards long, with a left-hand dogleg, and is home to one of the most frightening bunkers I've ever seen. If you end up here, you'll need the help of the French Foreign Legion to get out. This is the Doomsday Bunker from hell.
There's very little area that's actually in play looking down there.
You can only see about a 20-yard wide strip of fairway to the left of the hill.
It's not far enough though, is it?
Standing on this tee, you really are left wondering just where to aim your ball. Andrew launched a great drive, 300 yards over the hill and down the centre of the fairway. I hit mine way left, avoiding that gaping chasm of a bunker and finding the rough just to the left of the cut stuff.
I mean, this is the most frightening bunker I've ever seen.
It's fearsome.
So if we put a ball in there, do you think you could get out? If I'm up there.
Oh, wonderful. Let's see what happens. If some of the members see me in here, I'm in trouble. I'm going to blame you for getting me in here. Now we're in a lot of trouble. Well, it looked as though it was just left of the trap here, Ian. So
well, at least I'm not in the trap.
Yeah, at least we're not, but this is no better. A number of our members have got the dogs trained to find the balls. Whoop, there we are.
The point is just to get out onto the fairway again.
Oh, very much so. This is wicked. Good effort. Oh, stay there. Oh, it's gone. Welcome to St George's.
I don't believe that.
Well done.
I'll take that.
The rough here just grabs your club head, and I was quite pleased just to get out and into the bunker. From there, it was a sand wedge onto the fairway, and then a good 5-iron to just off the green. Unfortunately, Andrew hit a great second and left himself with a long birdie putt.
Good.
So how would you describe this golf course in one sentence?
Magnificent, difficult, and just a great joy to play.
It's a very traditional club. What do you like about that tradition?
I like the feeling that it's been here forever and that it won't change next week, and that people and individuals could not change it. However ambitious you were, whoever you will never change this place.
Well, what a fantastic golf course and what a beautiful place. But boy, is it tough. You know all those golf balls I had earlier? Well, they're out there somewhere.
Just 15 miles from Sandwich, you'll find the cathedral city of Canterbury, home to Geoffrey Chaucer's Canterbury Tales. It's also the location of one of the most important churches in the worldwide Anglican faith.
Nearly 850 years ago, in 1170, a brutal murder occurred here in Canterbury that would turn it into a place of Christian pilgrimage for centuries to come. England's king at the time, Henry II, appointed Thomas Becket as head of the Church of England, but the two fell out, seriously as it turned out, because Henry sent 4 knights here to Canterbury Cathedral, where they assassinated Becket at the foot of the altar.
After you've checked out Canterbury's Grand Cathedral, why not wander the streets and take in the ancient architecture of this medieval city? Other places to see in the area, if you've got the time, are the imposing Dover Castle and Winston Churchill's old house, Chartwell, near Westerham in Kent.
I'm heading now into the West Country, into deepest England.
As you drive west, you get the feeling of travelling back in time to a place where the whole pace of life is just a bit slower. Corfe Castle is a picture postcard English village which has grown up around an 11th century settlement.
It's hot, and I need a drink. Now, what a view. This is a beer garden, and most English pubs have them, and on a day like today, it's the perfect place to come and drink your beer, or rather your ale. I'm told this is slightly warmer than a normal beer, and a lot tastier. Which it is.
It's believed the castle was built on a Roman defensive site. A fortification has existed here since the 9th century.
I shouldn't have had that beer.
It was a royal stronghold until Queen Elizabeth I sold it off. Corfe was all but destroyed during the English Civil War in 1646. But there's still enough left to make it well worth a visit.
To get to my final golf course, I've got to take this ferry across from the English mainland to this peninsula, which is known as the Isle of Purbeck.
The Isle of Purbeck Golf Club at Studland in Dorset is an absolute gem. Although it doesn't feature in the main group of tournament courses, it's good enough to get into Golf World's top 50 courses in the country. An interesting historical fact about this place is that in 1951 it was bought by the famous author of children's books, Enid Blyton, and her husband. Apparently she could often be found sitting outside the clubhouse, writing about Noddy and Big Ears. The 18 holes at the Isle of Purbeck are some of the most scenic you'll find anywhere in southern England. The signature hole on this course is the par 4 fifth, with an all but blind tee shot down this tight fairway, which is surrounded by gorse and heather. An accurate drive is demanded to have any chance of hitting the green in regulation.
I'm playing the course with a club pro, Ian. Not only do we have the same name, we have roughly the same clothes and the same clubs. The question is, will we play this hole in the same way?
Very important that you hit the fairway with your tee shot.
Right, I can see that. I can't really even see the fairway.
With this blind tee shot, it was important that I followed Ian's line. He hit a great drive straight down what I presumed was the middle of the fairway to within 100 yards of the pin. I managed to keep mine on roughly the same line. So far, so good. Everything's going according to plan.
Is that my head cover or yours?
This one's mine.
Oh, right. That's a great view. What are we seeing here?
A fantastic view. We have Wareham Forest to the left, Brownsea Island, Poole Harbour, across to Bournemouth, and on a less hazy day we see over to the Isle of Wight.
Right, beautiful. This is not the way it's supposed to be. I mean, he's 50 or 60 yards down there, And so I've got to put this on the dance floor and get back in the hole.
Now we're talking. Look at that. Heart of the green. That's put the pressure on. Let's see him get inside that. Oh.
Right, well, if I sink this putt, we will have played the hole the same.
That's right.
It's only, what, 30 foot?
Yeah, that's a good putt.
Now, if you miss this putt, we will have played the hole the same.
That's it.
Like that.
Like that.
Well, I knew we were the same. When the weather's good, which it has been this trip, England's hard to beat. It is indeed a green and pleasant land. And the golf, well, that's not bad either. See you next time.